The compact crossover market is white hot these days. How does the new Corolla Cross stack up against the competition? Let's find out. Consider that Toyota has sold over 50 million Corollas, and people worldwide are switching from sedans to SUVs and crossovers. It's not just a US thing. So, like chocolate and peanut butter, the Corolla Cross is two great things that should go great together. I'm at a press event in, no, not Hershey, Pennsylvania, Austin, Texas, to see if this is the Reese's Peanut Butter Cup of crossovers. It starts with classic Corolla attributes.
A pleasant car to ride in, great for those weekend trips, commuting around town, and I think it'll really fit the customer we're going for.
Which Toyota claims is young, tech-savvy, and multi-generational, but every manufacturer says that. Corolla Cross is exactly what you would expect from the brand. Built on the TNGA-C architecture, it runs with tried-and-true mechanicals to deliver on Toyota's reliability reputation. It's conservatively styled with a few flourishes like this, which reminds me of the Amazon smile. The grille is toned down from the usual in-your-face Toyota mug. It's 3 inches longer than CHR, 5.3 shorter than RAV4. In talking to the Toyota folks, I get the feeling they believe this is going to be wildly popular. The new factory in Alabama that it shares with Mazda is able to spit out 150,000 copies of these annually, and I gotta wonder if that's gonna be enough. It's fairly affordable, starting at $23,410 for the base L, with 17-inch steel wheels and plastic covers. The sweet spot is the mid-grade LE all-wheel drive that will stick her for around $27,000. A fully optioned XLE that can be had with adaptive LED lighting for $615 will push past the $32,000 mark. Kia Seltos and Hyundai Kona, as examples, can be had for a couple grand less, just so you know. At least you'll never forget what you're driving. It's heavily branded. There's one powertrain. The 2-liter 4-cylinder makes 169 horsepower and 150 pound-feet of torque. Base L models start up with a physical key. This XLE gets a unique gauge cluster. All models can tow 1,500 pounds. Go with front-wheel drive, and there's a new rear torsion beam suspension system. All-wheel drive, which is a $1,300 option on all grades, gets a fully independent setup.
This one is also used in the Camry all-wheel drive, as well as the RAV4 LE all-wheel drive. It can provide up to 50% of power to the rear wheels when it's needed, so that can be when slippage is detected. It could also be in dry conditions. Maybe if you're high-speed cornering, it's a proactive system, may help get power to the ground by putting some power back there as well. And then it disengages when not needed.
The transmission is Toyota's CVT that has an actual first gear before moving to its continuously variable dynamic. Simulated manual shifts are done here. For steering wheel paddles, maybe get a Supra. On average, Corolla Cross weighs 3,200 lbs. And remember, that poundage is being tugged around by 168 horsepower, so Corolla Cross isn't overly fast, and there is no turbo engine option, but, it's fine. Corolla buyers aren't expecting a thrill ride. Torque is tepid off the line. I'll guesstimate 0 to 60 is just under 9 seconds. The Cross is about delivering classic Toyota attributes for mainstream buyers. So I had this out on the highway at 70 miles an hour, and it's pretty quiet and comfortable, and it handles pretty well. Not as sporty as a Mazda CX-5, but it's fine. There's Corolla-like understeer when pushed hard into curves and not loads of road feel. It's not sporty like Mazda CX-30, and I remember Subaru Crosstrek, Chevy Trailblazer, Hyundai Kona, and Kia Soul and Seltos to be more fun to chuck into corners. It drives similar to Buick Encore GX. Fuel economy? That's pretty good. For front-wheel drive, the average is 32 miles per gallon. With all-wheel drive, it's 30, and there will be a hybrid in a year or so. I asked Toyota if it will be all-wheel drive or just front-wheel drive, and right now, they're not saying. With limited time, I didn't notice a huge difference between the two suspensions. Corolla Cross will be perfectly fine loaded with gear headed to a distant campsite. It also works well in the concrete jungle.
Seems like buyers want giant SUVs and crossovers these days. Really wish people would give compact machines a little bit more of a try. They're so much easier and more relaxing to drive in the city like this.
And while the Cross isn't a machine that compels a driver to sling it into corners, it does soak up big bumps. I seem to find every single one in downtown Austin, and it rides relatively high for a small crossover. There's up to 8.2 inches of ground clearance.
Unfortunately, Toyota doesn't have any off-road course for us to drive, but the city is the Corolla Cross's natural habitat. It's big enough so that you can haul stuff, but it's small enough so that you can park it.
The Cross is nearly 7 inches shorter than the Corolla sedan. It's 2 inches wider and some 10 inches taller, but still, there are no worries that you'll scrape the roof in parking garages.
Now, because this continuously variable transmission has an actual first gear, which is very unusual, in stop-and-go city traffic like this, it feels like a regular geared gearbox. Now, when traffic frees up and you put the throttle down hard, yeah, you're gonna get some of that rubberiness, but overall, it's about as good as you're gonna get.
Seems I hit every red light in downtown Austin. Timing is awful. The automatic engine stop-start system is smooth on shutdown, noticeable when starting up. It's easily turned off. Like the sheet metal, the interior is good looking without being wild or trendy. It's the regular peanut butter cup, not dark chocolate or crunchy. Materials are soft touch where they should be, and they look good. There's some 6 cubic feet more passenger volume compared to Corolla sedan, only 4 cubes less than Big Brother RAV4. This is a loaded XLE. If you want synthetic leather, powered driver's seat, and bun warmers, it's your choice. The 9-speaker JBL system is pretty good, but it's nearly $1,500. Thanks for the volume knob, Toyota. There are the normal places to stash your gloves and all the other things you might need, including official Toyota water, which has a crisp, clean aftertaste. All but the base L get wireless phone charging. There's only one USB port on the console, even though there's room for 2. And while Android Auto and Apple CarPlay are standard, they are not wireless, a missed opportunity. The user interface, with an 8-inch screen on all but the base L, is Toyota's basic setup. Nothing really compelling, but not confusing either. XLE gets dual-zone automatic climate control, LE is single-zone automatic, L is fully manual. There's a lot of standard active electronic safety kit on Corolla Cross.
Just like all of our Toyotas, it comes with Toyota Safety Sense across all grades, highlighted by our pre-collision system, which includes automatic braking for pedestrian detection, as far as vehicle detection and cyclist detection. That's day and night. Very good system there. And then that also includes our lane departure alert with steering assist, lane tracing assist, which is a function of the last point there, the dynamic radar cruise control. So when you have the cruise control active, it'll keep you centered in your lane, even among slight turns as well. And then there's road sign assist, and then the last one that's actually not here is automatic high beams, which is also included in that package. Blind spot monitor with rear cross traffic alert, standard on LE and XLE. On the XLE model, we also add in, you can see rear cross traffic brake. It basically adds in an automatic braking feature to that rear cross traffic alert feature. Front and rear parking assist with automatic braking. It'll beep at you if you're gonna hit, say a metal post or something, or a concrete wall, and it can even apply the brakes as well.
I think you all know that Evil Twin is on the no-fly list, so I'll be showing you the back seat. At 5'9", I have a good amount of headroom, and I've adjusted the chair for a comfortable driving position, which is giving me a decent amount of knee, leg, and foot room. The cushion is a little bit short. Thigh support still is pretty good. Door openings are on the small side, so if you're getting car seats in and out, that might be an issue. There's a drink holder here, a little cubby here, but no door pockets if your friends are pack rats. I can tell you right now, my brother would be upset that there's no pocket here. I wish there was one too. All Corolla Crosses get these adjustable vents, yay, but the base model does not get these USB ports. The floor is fairly flat and the seats are comfortable. If you're going to put 3 adults back here, make them the small ones. And there is a folding armrest available, but only on the XLE model. You have to get the fancy one. A quick look at the LE interior, since it's the version that most people will buy. The instrument panel remains the same, the gauge cluster is different with a smaller LCD display. The seats are cloth and breathable, but not heated or powered. Oddly, the base L gets 2 USB ports up front. One is in the center console. LE and XLE only have one in front. All Corolla Crosses have a blank, where a second or third port could live. A power tailgate is available, but only on the top trim XLE, and even then, it's part of an option package. The advantage of the manual one is you get a little bit of a workout in, huh? This would be standard on XLE to keep your stuff away from prying eyes, and it lays in the cargo hold when removed. I think all crossovers and SUVs should have a spare. Way to go, Toyota. Corolla Cross has a fairly large cargo hold considering the exterior size. I have no time to go to Costco, but an average of 26 cubic feet means it would be pretty easy to get 6 packs of TP in here, where Kia Soul maxes out at 5. The seats are easy to drop, and the resulting space is large and useful. No 40-20-40 split seats, though. Expanded, it's an average of 66 cubic feet. It depends on getting all-wheel drive and or the sunroof. Some crossovers have a second level to create a storage space and even out the load floor. This one does not. Let's move on to red light, green light. Green light? Corolla Cross is perfect for the Toyota and Corolla faithful that want a comfortable, reliable vehicle that's very practical and modestly handsome. It's roomy, there's nearly as much passenger space as a RAV4. The grade step makes it easy to buy. 3 trims, only a few option packages, and all-wheel drive for $1,300 across the board. Yellow light. Fuel economy is good. There's a hybrid version coming if you want even better gas mileage. While the design doesn't have the usual angry Toyota face, the conservative styling doesn't linger in my brain. All but base models get wireless phone charging, though Toyota could have been more generous with USB ports, if not including wireless Android and CarPlay. Red light. There are competitors that offer more power. Some have turbocharged engines with better torque curves. Enthusiasts will prefer the cornering dynamics of Mazda, Kia, Hyundai, and Subaru offerings, and there are some in this segment that cost less, comparably optioned. Frankly, I don't think there's much to keep buyers from flocking to Toyota stores and snapping Corolla Crosses up. The brand has unmatched loyalty, and many people simply don't care about sportiness. They prioritize a rock-solid ownership experience, and this is a very practical vehicle. So yeah, Toyota has a pretty competitive package here, but of course you're going to test drive, right? Of course you are, you're smart. Mazda CX-30, Kia Seltos, at the very least. The biggest task shoppers will have is getting through all of the choices that also include Volkswagen Taos, Nissan Rogue Sport, Fiat 500X, Jeep Renegade and Compass, the aging Honda HR-V, or Mini Countryman on the premium end. Corolla Cross is a solid recipe that should appeal to the tastes of the masses, just like chocolate and peanut butter. When an automaker introduces something like this, I always wonder if it will cannibalize sales from existing models in the same showroom. Pretty sure it won't steal them away from CHR since it's front drive only and more of an edgy looking hatchback, not really a crossover. Corolla sedan? Yeah, I can see that taking a solid 30 or 40% chunk out of those sales, maybe even cut a little bit into RAV4. But hey, it's all in the family. Corolla Cross seems to be the spiritual successor to the Tercel SR5 four-wheel drive wagon, remember? With the back window that dropped lower than the others? Quirky cool. Hope you got something out of my look at the all-new 2022 Toyota Corolla Cross. Normally I leave you with a fun fact at the end of the video. This time, it's 2. Number 1, this vehicle has been available in other markets for over a year. Why is it late to the US party? Well, because Americans love their power, and in Asia, this doesn't have as much of it. Seriously, and we get all-wheel drive. They don't. That had to be engineered. Fun fact number 2 has to do with this logo. I'll let Toyota Chad take care of that one.
The chief engineer came up with this really cool logo. As you can see right there, this is on the front windshield, but it's really the side profile of the vehicle, really accentuating the design. And he placed over 20 of these logos throughout the vehicle. So it's kind of fun to look for them, see how many you can find.
I'll show you two of them. The first in the trunk opening, and the second one, that's a little bit hard to see. That's the rear quarter window. The rest of them, well, you're gonna have to find them yourself. Go look at a Toyota Corolla Cross. Now remember, every Tuesday, a great car review video like this with awesome photography and good information packed into a short amount of time, because I hate wasting yours, okay? I don't want my time wasted. I'm not gonna waste yours. So subscribe. That's Driven. I'm Tom Voelk.